I was bullied a lot growing up. No one can insult you. Like, you can only let yourself be insulted. The power of words, right? And the power of the things that you tell yourself and how they can start to manifest in your life. Like, when a man wants to marry, he's going to marry you. And if you now need to start like changing yourself too much, I don't think that's love.
They'll see you, and the first thing they say to you is, you've added weight. Oh my God, you're looking fat. Oh, what happened to you? You're so skinny.
I got married when I was 24. Girl, it's about to be tea time.
Hey besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and also welcome back to another episode of Spin to Know in Your 20s.
Hi,
you're so gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, coming from you, are you kidding?
Love is coming. Welcome to Milano, baby.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh my God, are you a model? Like, I'm actually looking up to you.
So I used to be in my little heyday. Yeah, I was.
But you still have that look, like even your hair and everything. Girl, no, but you know.
I know.
You know,
I
she's
aware.
Let's go upstairs.
Thank you. This is so cute. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so glad you actually came on this episode.
I'm so excited. I couldn't actually believe you asked me. So I was like, oh my
Girl,
gosh.
there is no way. You're being too humble. So we're going to be talking about self-confidence, body positivity. You know, people really see women like, oh, wear this, don't wear that. Oh, do this, don't do that. And I'm like, okay, I really want to know your perspective on self-confidence to start with.
So I think self-confidence is loving yourself, like, no matter what you look like in the first instance. I think self-confidence is a state of mind, and it really has to do with your internal more than your external. So people think that the outside defines how confident you will be. Like, oh, the more beautiful you are, the more perfect your skin is, the more amazing your body is, then that means that you're more self-confident. But you will find that the most beautiful, like most aesthetically pleasing, most perfect looking people in the world are the least confident.
Have you ever been in a place whereby you didn't feel confident about yourself, or were you ever in a state whereby like you just look in the mirror and you're like, oh no, I don't like myself? Like,
I have actually. Well, girl, it's about to be tea time. I was actually pretty confident growing up. My dad did a fantastic job with me and my sister. In particular, I have a younger sister and a younger brother. Hi, Megan. Hi, Fine. And he was very intentional when we were growing up in terms of pouring life into us. Like, you are so beautiful, you are so smart. But the thing is, unfortunately, as much as our parents try to do for us, when you get into the world and it really gets real, it can be quite difficult. A low period in my life was when I started dating my husband, and that was really, really tough. I think this year was the first time I actually spoke about it.
wow.
And all of this happened 12 years ago. I started dating my husband when I was 22, which was 12 years ago. You know, the girl's 34.
Girl, you still look like 22. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Like,
you know that.
I know, I'm aware. And there was just this massive social media debacle, if you will, regarding my appearance. A lot of people were not convinced that I was the best choice for him. And, you know, so I used to kind of trend, but trend for not being cute. So like, oh, you know, like, wow, Nancy was like a girl like Nicole, look at her. She
Have
looks
they
like
seen you?
like, so the thing is, from someone who was really confident, I could not believe it, because I always grew up thinking that I was beautiful, you know, and then looking up yourself on the internet or seeing yourself trending for being ugly, like, oh, you know, I hate her nose, I hate her face, look at her long face, her long nose, look like a man, like she's too tall, look at her, like she has no boobs, she has no bum, her light skin is even like a good light skin, like why didn't Nato get like a nice mixed race, like light skin, like she just has like an Igbo light skin. Listen, it was bad. I mean, now we know a lot about mental health and protecting yourself on social media and things like that, because social media has now existed for a while. So they're kind of like safeguards in check. But at the time, all of this was really, really brand new. And of course, then dealing with that and then being in a relationship with someone who's so successful. Girls in his
out
DMs,
there, yeah.
Girls in the concerts, girls backstage. Like every day I was just fighting for my life, you know, on the inside. So that really, really, really knocked my confidence. And even after we got married, it took me a while to kind of build that confidence back, which is why I'm so passionate about it, which is why, like, I keep talking about it, because it's so easy to lose yourself as a woman. And being in a place where you lack self-confidence, it's not only bad for you, but it's bad for the people around you. I think it was with my kids that I started to think about what I want them to see from me growing up. I just started taking steps, started working on myself. I started doing a lot of self-help. That's when I really leaned into my faith. Those are the things that kind of started building me up. And then that's when I started the whole like premium pie thing. Like the thing is, the whole premium pie thing, it started as a joke. Like the thing is, it's just something I used to say to myself. It's incredible what the power of words, right? And the power of the things that you tell yourself and how they can start to manifest in your life because you said it enough times to yourself that you start to believe it.
I genuinely understand about like saying good things about yourself, because no one else, like, I hate when people are telling me who I am. I want to be able to tell myself that I am this person.
How do you see yourself? Like, do you speak positively to yourself? And are you like, man, I'm FT, I'm that?
That is so period. I was bullied a lot growing up. Like, even as you said, oh, you had your dad scene, I never really had anyone telling me I'm beautiful. So I had to teach myself that. So when I see people like, oh, you're so confident, I'm like, my dear, I practiced it. I got here. So what's your perspective on ladies being judged by how they dress?
I think it's very difficult to be a woman. I think that women bear the brunt of morality. And I mean, we all want the world to be like a wonderful, good, moral place, but we also want most of the burden to be on women.
People always be like, oh, girls that don't show off their body are more classy. Or when you show off your boobs, your legs, everything, it's like, oh my God, nah, she's definitely not classy. As well, they say that how you dress is how you be addressed. So there's like
it's true that how you dress is the way that you will be addressed. Unfortunately, we live in a society where you are judged right off the bat. Just like first look, you know, people already jump to conclusions. So I think whilst I think it's important that you kind of bear that in mind, like, okay, how do I want to be perceived? Because the way you dress is a reflection of how you want people to look at you. So I think it's important to bear that in mind, but I also think it's important to not be too self-conscious about it. I got married when I was 24. In fact, before...
Really?
Yeah, I've been married 10 years now, and I'm 34.
Oh my God, I love that.
So I got married really young, and when I did, I had like all these ideas of what a wife is supposed to look like, you know? So I really bought all my boo-boos.
Oh, you're joking.
I bought all my Ankara, yes. You know, so for a long well, I wouldn't say like a long time, but I definitely had a moment where I was fully covered. And then that's when I also kind of went back to my faith. I'm Catholic, and that's when I started taking it a bit more seriously. And so I was like super like covered, and you know, I'm like, yeah, because you know, I'm a wife. But I wasn't happy. And I think I was also using that and dressing that way as an excuse because I was still trying to deal with all of my confidence issues going into the marriage. And actually, it was from church. It was someone in church that called me. You'll be surprised. That was like, sis.
Yeah.
This is not like, okay, you're Christian, but no one asked you to do all this, hon. Like, you're 26, get it together. And I was like, wow, you know, if someone in church could be like, this is not like, no one's asking you to be, they still need to, I mean, jazz up. I was like, actually, you know what? I'm cute as hell. I'm gonna wear these short little shorts. She does. You know, so I'm gonna wear these short little shorts and kind of go back to being me, because that's, in fact, funny story. When I was dating Nato, I used to wear like super short skirts, super short dresses. Then after I was 22, I was a model. Like, that was just my thing. And he had said to me, like, all these your short skirts. Like, I hope you know once we get married, you can't be doing all this one. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this forever. And he said he's like, well, I'm going to report you to my mommy if you keep wearing this kind of short. I said, well, call your mom, call her. And he called his mom in front of me. And he's like, mommy, Nikki's here. She's always wearing short things. What do you have to say to her? She said, ride on, dear.
You're joking.
Ride on. Look at those legs. You're a model. You need to show those legs. Every time she'll buy me something, and I have the best mother-in-law in the whole world. She's been spoiling me since I was in a relationship with Nato. And she spoils me. Like, she's amazing.
Okay, yeah.
So she will buy me a just to be like, here, cut
No, wait,
here,
what?
slash here. Because she's like, yeah, you're a model. Like, show that she's, no. So that also really gave me extra ginger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely lost that along the way. You know, like I said, earlier stages of my marriage. But then when I started to, you know, own this whole premium pie thing, I was like, yeah, like, you can look cute. Like, you can look good. You can show a little skin. I mean, thing is, obviously, I'm a bit older. I also have 3 kids, so I probably can't show that much skin. But I mean, I can get away with certain things.
You literally put things as facts because, like, you grew from like, okay, yeah, you're showing your body and everything. Like now, the way you dress is you. Like no one can say, oh, Nikki, you're like, no, I came out like this. I look good. Like that's a period. Yeah. And there's some things you wouldn't wear because it's not you.
It's not exactly.
Yeah. So you're not trying to be anyone else. So we live in this digital era whereby social media is so, what's the word? I was paramount. Like, people always go on social media and they'll go on someone's page and be like, oh, she shows body too much. Someone else will be like, oh yeah, she covers up, I like that and everything. And most of the time I'm just like, what does it matter? But in the end, like, a part of me feels like it does matter.
People 100% take in what they see on social media and assume that that is who the person is, period. I think that it's unfortunate, you know, because, you know, not judging a book by its cover, and then we're so quick to label people like, okay, showing more skin means sati, not wife material, not a good person, runs girl, this, that, like, we live in a society where we like to label people, and then if you're more covered up, oh yeah, this is wifely, woman of God, lady, classy, you know. Meanwhile, the girl who's covered up, you don't know what she be doing. But which is why I think that it's important when you're creating like your social media to bear that in mind, that when you're creating content, that this is what, when people see this is most likely the first impression they're going to get from me. I agree, it's just what it is, especially for women. The world wants to label you. They are so happy to label. That is their best thing to do.
My God, I can't even, like, so there was a point whereby I was in a relationship whereby this guy would see me on shorts and he would be like, oh, no, I don't like when you wear that. Oh, where's this? He literally changed me. He was so controlling. But it was hard to see at first because I felt like, oh, he's so sweet. He takes me shopping. Oh, Benny, he doesn't take you shopping. He wants to change you. He wants to change you. Like, he tells you, oh, wear this, oh, wear that and everything. And I found out that I was actually unhappy. I was like, wait, like, do you love me? Because that's not love. So then, like, graduating from that, and then I meet people whereby they talk about, oh, their boyfriend wants them to dress a certain way, be a certain way. Oh, they don't like when their boyfriend doesn't like them wearing short things, showing this, showing that. And girl, let me tell you some shit. That same guy will go to the one showing all the and twerking on social media.
That's their best.
Yeah, so like, and it's crazy.
It's one thing to have a preference, and it's okay to have a preference. Like I said, when I was dating Nathan, it's like, this thing's not short. He's short now. But he would never make me go and change. Ever. It would just be, now wow. So you want to enter street today, Abby?
Just like comment.
You want to enter street today, Abby? Okay, no problem. I'm going to tell my mommy for you. That kind of thing. Yeah. But that's different to actually making you change. Everyone has preferences. Like, you're like, okay, you know, I like my men to dress a certain way. That's fine. But then to force and be that controlling, that's not love. And it's very easy for women to kind of fall into that trap. It's like, you know, I'm in it for the long term, and if I do this, if I do that, then he will love me enough to marry me. But men know, like, when a man wants to marry you, he's going to marry you. And if you now need to start like changing yourself too much, I don't think that's love. So don't do it. In fact, I think hold your ground. That's when you should even just to see how far it will go. Because if the person is going to be that controlling in a relationship, imagine what he'll be like in a marriage.
Right? Please, can we speak of these Nigerians? It's only Nigerians that do it, so that they will see you, and the first thing they say to you is, you've added weight. Oh my God, you're looking fat. Oh, what happened to you? You're so skinny. Like, why is that the first thing they say to someone?
Hey, it's so tough, especially in Nigeria. Like, we have no filter, we have no edits. Like, I don't know what it is that culturally just empowers us.
That's the word.
Empowers and emboldens us to say these things. It's very hurtful. And the thing is, people think it's when you're like, oh, you know, that wasn't funny. I was joking. Now can't someone joke with you? But it's not funny. And I think that all we can do is continue to, well, like you said, you know, we can talk about it. Oh, we want like hashtag be kind. Hashtag you don't know what people are going through. All exactly. But it's how you receive it that matters. I think I read, who is it that said it? I think it's Eleanor Roosevelt, who is married to the American President Roosevelt. And she said that no one can insult you, like you can only let yourself be insulted. And that's something that really, really resonated with me. In fact, I was watching an interview with Salma Hayek, because again, like I'm obsessed with finding out about confidence. Wow. Because confidence is like, it's not, I don't think there's like an apex, like you get somewhere and you're like, okay, now I'm self-confident. I've cracked the code. This is it now. Nothing could get to me ever. Like, it's a work in progress. Yeah. So I was watching an interview with her, and she was talking about being insulted, and that if you don't attach like meanings to words, then they don't really have power. Now, if someone, she was like, okay, she gave an example. Like, if someone came to you and was insulting you in another language, obscenities, abusing your mother, your father, your children, and if you don't understand the language, in fact, the more aggressive they get, it will now even be funny. Okay. Exactly, it will even be funny to you, you know, but the person is insulting you, but you're not assimilating, you're not taking it in. So we have that ability, even if it's in our language, to remove the power from words. And that's the only thing that you can do, because we're not able to stop what people are going to say. Yeah. It's so important to be thankful for your body. The fact that you can like breathe, that you can get up out of bed by yourself, that you can walk to the bathroom, that you can walk down the street, is a miracle. Because Nigeria will Nigeria. Nigeria will Nigeria, and some auntie will surely try and disgrace you. Exactly. What's happening? Meanwhile, she's fat. So the thing is, it never ever comes from someone who's cute.
Oh my God, right?
If you're basing your self-worth on what society is looking for, you are never going to win. Ever, because we had like a skinny moment. 90s was about being super skinny. Okay, yes, we're doing that, and then boom, you know, J-Lo happens to the world, then Kim Kardashian happens to the world. Next thing is big bum. Okay, so we're trying, you know, then you know, it's BBL, then okay, now it looks like we're kind of stepping away from BBL. Yeah, I've been that.
Even the Kardashians are kind of
like, everyone is, you know, reducing their bum, you know. If you're not self-confident, in a decade, you'll have to change your body like 3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that it's important to not base your self-worth on what the world is currently saying, because everything is a trend. Just be you.
Do it. Do you know that TikTok sound?
Yeah, don't do it.
Were you aware of the issue where like the girl in secondary school, that she was like posting her like twerking videos, and there was videos of like guys like having sex with her and stuff, and there was a lot, and apparently it was like an app that was like TikTok, and it was like she was doing all of that things, and I'm just like, oh my God, even as a parent, you can't really even like, you can't safeguard everything, you know. The Holy Spirit,
you can't.
But like, what's really your thought on that? Like, do you think it's bad parenting? Do you think it's what they were exposed to?
That whole thing was really, really sad. Yeah. It was really, really, really sad. And again, it just goes to show the inequality in society, because we know the girls' names. We don't know any of the boys' names. We don't know what they look like really, but the girl, we know. I mean, things I actually don't know. I never even saw. I didn't even want to. But, you know, it was difficult because it's going to follow her in a way that it's not going to follow the boys who did those things with her. I think that, I don't know if it's bad parenting. I find it very, very difficult to judge with these things. Yeah. I do, because I also feel like as a parent, like you said, you're not the Holy Spirit. Like you can be so convinced that your child is doing A, meanwhile they are doing Z.
My dear.
And I feel like the woman was genuinely, because I watched the interview with her, I feel like she was genuinely caught unawares. Like she just really, really, really didn't know. What I would judge in the situation is our reaction to it, because we reacted horribly. Yeah. People were sharing the video, circulating the video. Yes. I kept posting like, guys, please, you are actually sharing child pornography. Yeah. If you go abroad, you will go to jail. Yeah. Let's not do this to this girl. You know, she's already going through, I can't even imagine what she's going through, what her family's going through. I'm like, so our response to it, why aren't we looking to protect the girl? Yes. Why are we always looking to shame girls?
And I love that you actually focus on that's actually society, because when guys do it and there's a girl, there's just a girl, like, she did bad.
The boys that were involved, we don't know their names, we don't know their parents, we don't, and they'll be fine. They'll just cruise through life, nothing will happen.
Just wrapping everything up, like, what do you think someone that has been put down from how they were brought up and everything. Never had anyone telling them you're beautiful, you're good, you're smart, you're even a guy. To get like, how do you think they could build that self-confidence?
I'm going to look here because I'm talking to you, right? I think that it's important to do the work. And I know on social media we say, oh, do the work, do what does that mean? It means sitting with yourself. It means spending time alone. I think that a lot of people try to distract themselves with spending time with other people, spending time with men or women, like everything but be by myself because I don't like myself. And I think that that's so unhealthy. I think you need to cultivate the habit of spending time with yourself so you can really get to know yourself. When you get to know yourself, it's easier to love yourself because how can you love someone that you don't know? Figure out what your passions are and try and do the things you're passionate about and do them well. So the thing is, another way to build your self-confidence is actually trying to do things and succeeding at them. And when you see that you can actually do something, you're like, oh wow, I'm actually really smart. I'm really amazing. Surrounding yourself with the right people, because it'll shock you that a lot of your insecurities are coming from people around you that you think are your friends, hun. Meanwhile, people are just bringing you down for no reason. And it takes a lot of introspection to be able to realize, oh, this person, like, I've known this person for a long time. I grew up with them, but they're not good for me. Their energy isn't good for me. They don't build me up. And I would also say, talk to yourself. Affirmations are so important. Like I said, even like this whole premium pie thing was a joke. It was actually a joke.
I see how
but it took me so far. And just being able to be kind to yourself and speak words over yourself, even though it might sound silly. It's very difficult looking yourself in the mirror and saying, oh, you know what? My name is Nicole and I am so beautiful. Wow, I'm gorgeous. The first couple of times it's going to be extremely odd.
Yes.
Like, but what am I talking to? No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. It's going to be extremely odd, but if you keep practicing, you will believe it. So I would say affirmations, being careful about the people that you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with people who love you, want the best for you, who push you, who encourage you, and who pour into you.
Okay, so we have a game that we're gonna play, and but it's gonna be in the cinema.
Okay, let's
go. So it's game time.
I love a good game.
This game is called Pun Intended. I would say a sentence and you're meant to complete it. So the pun is not meant to make sense, but it does make sense in a way.
Okay.
So the first question: I used to have a fear of hurdles, but what's the meaning of sentence? I used to have a fear of hurdles, but so like hurdles.
Yeah, now I jump over.
You're close.
Get over, jump over.
Yes. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, that was just a test.
That was a test run. Second question.
Okay.
I bought a boat because it was for
sale.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, she's a professional.
Honestly, you are like. Jay-Z thought he could keep his cheating secrets because he didn't realize. So who else was involved in his cheating secret?
Solange?
What's her surname?
Oh no!
Because Solange knows.
Because Solange. Oh, okay, that one got me.
Yeah, that was a good one. So England doesn't have a kidney bank, but it does have a. You find that maybe so.
Liverpool.
Yes. No, you're too good.
She's listening.
I can't believe you literally got everything. Wow, thank you so much for coming on my show. I'm so glad
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it's been such a blast. Like every time I see you, it's just you're so beautiful, and then you're even more beautiful on the inside, so it's just so nice. It's always like a good vibe. Such an awesome person, and you're doing so well. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. You're amazing.
Like I can't even believe you're such an energy. Like you're like I could literally stay with you all day.
Yeah.
I'm like wow, that's my person. Because you're honestly someone that people will be comfortable around, and I love that. Thank you so much for being an amazing person. Thank you. Like you made today so easy, so seamless, and thank you very much. Did you enjoy watching this video? Did you have a good time? Did you learn a lot? I really do want to know your opinion. So please comment below. Drop your comments. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe. And yes, follow me on all social media. Follow my beloved Nicole on all social media as well. I love you guys so much.